Our news report today discusses various developments in Nigeria's political landscape, focusing on party defections, political alliances, and disputes among prominent politicians. There was a low voter turnout in Nigeria's recent local government elections. Many citizens, frustrated by the state of the economy and governance under the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC), have lost enthusiasm for political engagement. As a result, elections in some states were conducted with minimal public participation, leading to allegations of manipulated results. Thousands of members from the new Nigerian People Party (NNPP) in Kaduna State have defected to the Labour Party. This significant shift in allegiance is seen as a boost for the Labour Party, which is gradually gaining traction in northern Nigeria. Senator Nadi Usman, the new caretaker chairman of the Labour Party, has been instrumental in organizing this movement, strengthening the party's influence in Kaduna ahead of future elections. Rabiu Kwankwaso Musa, the NNPP's presidential candidate in the 2023 elections, has indicated his willingness to serve as Peter Obi's deputy in the 2027 presidential election under certain conditions. This is a shift from his earlier stance, where he rejected Obi's offer to be his running mate in 2023, claiming to be politically superior to Peter Obi. While Kwankwaso's comments suggest an openness to collaboration, many of Obi's supporters and political commentators have dismissed his proposal, viewing it as insincere and opportunistic. However, the former Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has faced significant political setback. Governor Siminala Fubara, that is Wike's successor and current governor of Rivers State, has successfully distanced himself from Wike's influence by swearing in 23 new local government chairpersons loyal to him. Wike had reportedly tried to extend the terms of the local government chairmen he installed, and when that failed, he attempted to disrupt the local government elections. However, Fubara's political maneuvering ensured the elections proceeded, resulting in Wike's candidate losing in nearly all constituencies. Wike's hold on Rivers politics appears to be weakening, and he is facing increasing opposition both at the state and federal levels. The news captures public reactions, particularly on social media, to these political events. Many Nigerians have celebrated Wike's defeat, seeing it as a win for grassroots democracy. Others have criticized Kwankwaso for his perceived arrogance and opportunism, noting that Peter Obi should not entertain his offer for a political alliance in 2027. Kwankwaso's past actions, including his claim of being a superior politician, have alienated many, especially within the Labour Party's base. The news reinforces Peter Obi's standing as a leading political figure with strong grassroots support. Peter Obi's leadership style, centered on integrity and addressing the needs of ordinary Nigerians, contrasts sharply with politicians like Kwankwaso and Wike, who are seen as part of the old political establishment. Peter Obi's supporters remain hopeful that he will eventually lead Nigeria, driven by widespread discontent with the current political system and the ruling parties. In essence, The news exploits the ongoing political realignment in Nigeria with defections from the NNPP to the Labour Party, Wike's diminishing influence, and Kwankwaso changing stance on a potential alliance with Peter Obi. This development reflects a broader dissatisfaction with the political status quo. In essence, the news report exploits the ongoing political alignment in Nigeria with defections from the NNPP to the Labour Party, Wike's diminishing influence, and Kwankwaso's changing stance on a political alliance with Peter Obi. This development reflects a broader dissatisfaction with the political status quo and a desire for new leadership in Nigeria. The political landscape in Nigeria is characterized by ever-evolving dynamics, alliance, and ideological shifts. One of the most recent reports that encapsulates the intensity and fluidity of Nigerian politics is the report about the defection of thousands of northern Nigerian citizens to the Labour Party (LP), Kwankwaso's appeal to Peter Obi to be his deputy in future elections, and the internal political drama between Wike and Fubara in Rivers State. This report not only presents a snapshot of current political events, but also highlights critical themes such as political realignment, ideological battles, and the struggle for grassroots support in Nigeria. One of the first issues the report touches on is the apparent apathy and disillusionment among Nigerian citizens, especially as evidenced by the low voter turnout in local government elections across Nigeria. This phenomenon can be traced back to a variety of factors, but the primary cause seems to be a general lack of trust in the political system. With repeated electoral malpractices, governance failures, and an economy in shambles, many Nigerians have lost faith in the ability of the political class to bring about meaningful change in the country. This disillusionment has deepened under the current administration, particularly the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC). The present administration's economic policy, or lack thereof, have been criticized for contributing to widespread poverty and economic instability. Citizens find themselves in a situation where they feel economically cornered and politically disenfranchised, as their votes appear to have little to no impact on their daily lives. This disconnect between the government and the governed underscores the rising tension in the country and the reasons for the political shift we are now witnessing. The defection of thousands of northern Nigerian citizens from the New Nigerian People's Party (NNPP) to the Labour Party (LP) is one of the central aspects of the report. This defection is significant for a variety of reasons. First, it signals the warning influence of the NNPP in northern Nigeria, particularly in Kaduna State, where the defection took place. For a long time, the North has been a battleground for political parties attempting to sway the masses with promises of development, security, and prosperity. The NNPP, led by Rabiu Kwankwaso, was initially seen as a party that could provide a viable alternative to the APC and the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the North. However, this defection suggests that the party has failed to maintain its appeal and retain its grassroots support. The defection of the Labour Party also signifies the growing influence of Peter Obi and the Labour Party, which has been seen as a credible alternative to the two dominant parties, the APC and the PDP. Peter Obi's message of accountability, transparency, and good governance has resonated with a large segment of Nigerians, particularly the youth. The fact that this message is gaining traction in northern Nigeria, which has traditionally been a stronghold of the APC and the PDP, is a significant development. Moreover, the defection of key political figures such as Tinok Andrew, a former senatorial aspirant in Kaduna State, brings added weight to the Labour Party's momentum in the north. Senator Noak's decision to switch to the Labour Party was influenced by Senator Nadi Usman, the National Caretaker Committee chairman of the party. This shift underscores the importance of leadership in driving political movement and influencing the direction of party politics in Nigeria. In a dramatic twist, Rabiu Kwankwaso, the leader of the NNPP and former presidential candidate, expressed his willingness to serve as Peter Ob's deputy in future elections under certain conditions. This is noteworthy because during the 2023 presidential election, Kwankwaso rejected Peter Ob's overtures to form an alliance and instead pursued his own presidential ambition. Kwankwaso's claim of being politically superior to Peter Obi adds a layer of complexity to this development. Rabiu Kwankwaso's willingness to reconsider his position may reflect a recognition of the political reality that his influence is waning and that Peter Obi's star is rising. Kwankwaso's NNPP failed to make significant inroads in the 2023 election, while Peter Obi, despite not winning the presidency, garnered substantial support across the country. Kwankwaso's pride and insistence on being bigger than Peter Obi politically, while still expressing a desire to be his deputy, demonstrate the conflicting emotions at play, a mix of pride, pragmatism, and perhaps even desperation. However, the Labour Party supporters and many political analysts have been quick to reject Kwankwaso's overtures, citing his perceived disloyalty and opportunism. His political history of switching between parties from the PDP to the APC to the NNPP has earned him a reputation as a political prostitute, making many suspicious of his intention. There is a general sentiment that Kwankwaso's move is less about genuine political partnership and more about preserving its relevance in Nigeria's political landscape. The report also delves into the ongoing power struggles in Rivers State, where Governor Siminalayi Fubara has taken decisive steps to wrest control from his predecessor, Nyesom Wike. The report also delves into the ongoing power struggles in Rivers State, where Governor Siminalayi Fubara has taken decisive steps to wrest control from his predecessor, Nyesom Wike. Wike, the former governor of Rivers State and now the minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, had maintained significant influence in the state even after leaving office. His attempts to extend the tenure of the 23 local government chairmen who were loyal to him were thwarted by Fubara, who refused to be sidelined and went ahead with local government elections. The elections resulted in a significant victory for Fubara, with the Action People Party (APP) securing 22 out of 23 local government seats, effectively marginalizing Wike's political influence in the state. This turn of events represents a major blow to Wike, who has been a dominant political figure in Rivers State for many years. The fact that Fubara was able to consolidate power and assert his authority over the state's local government structure signifies a shift in the political landscape of Rivers State. Wike's fall from grace at the state level is reflective of a larger trend in Nigerian politics, where former political heavyweights find themselves increasingly isolated and marginalized as new political actors emerge. Wike's situation is further complicated by his strained relationship with the PDP at the national level, where he has been at odds with the party's leadership. His attempt to extend his influence through local government control has now backfired, leaving him politically weakened in his home state. A recurring theme in this report is the importance of grassroots politics in Nigeria, whether it is the defections in Kaduna or the local government elections in Rivers State. The control of grassroots structure is critical for political success. The Labour Party's recent gains in northern Nigeria, as well as Fubara's victory in Rivers State, demonstrate that political power in Nigeria is often built from the ground up. Political parties and candidates that are able to connect with the masses and control local government structures are more likely to succeed in the long run. This focus on grassroots politics is particularly relevant in the context of Nigeria's political landscape, where the gap between the elites and the ordinary citizens has grown increasingly wide. The ability to connect with the grassroots and address their concerns is becoming an increasingly important factor in determining political success. This report on the defections to the Labour Party, Kwankwaso's overtures to P2B, and Wike's struggle in Rivers State provides a window into the complex and dynamic nature of Nigeria's politics. The low voter turnout and disillusionment with the political system reflect the broader challenges facing Nigeria's democracy, while the defection to the Labour Party signals a shift in political allegiance and the growing appeal of P2B's message. Kwankwaso's appeal to be P2B's deputy highlights the shifting alliance and pragmatism that often characterize Nigerian politics, while Wike's struggle in Rivers State underscores the importance of grassroots politics and the difficulties faced by political heavyweights who seek to maintain their influence after leaving office. As Nigeria approaches future elections, this development suggests that the political landscape will continue to evolve, with new alliances being formed, old ones being tested, and the battle for grassroots support becoming increasingly critical. This is the end of our news update. I will see you again in my next video.